Time is more valuable than money. While you can always earn more money, you can never get back lost time. Yet many people still don't use their time wisely. They often waste it by talking excessively without accomplishing anything. This is one of the biggest time-wasting habits in the world, when people want to waste your time. They might spend hours chatting about unimportant things, or they might waste time on their computers or phones, watching movies at home, shopping unnecessarily, lingering over coffee breaks, arriving late, leaving early, or taking extra long lunch breaks. How are you feeling about this? Does it make you uncomfortable? It's normal to feel that way because over time that feeling can become a habit. You see, as humans, we naturally prefer doing things that make us feel good or comfortable. So when we keep choosing activities like hanging out with friends, enjoying a cup of coffee, or eating out, things that give us pleasure, we might gradually spend less time working. Eventually, the typical person might not work much at all. That's because we tend to lean towards what feels good rather than what requires effort. That's the power of influence. Before you start doing anything, ask yourself a simple question. What's the most important thing I could be doing with my time right now? Make a habit of asking yourself this question regularly. Whether you're getting into your car, leaving your house, or stepping out of the office, take a moment to think about it. Keep repeating this question to yourself until it becomes a habit, like a command your mind follows without even thinking about it. So, whenever you're tempted to do something that's not really important, that command will come into your head, reminding you to focus on what truly matters. And you know what's great? When you're working on something important, you feel fantastic. Concentrating your efforts on meaningful tasks gives you a burst of energy and excitement. On the other hand, it makes you feel nothing when you're working on something irrelevant. Don't be lazy. Take action now. However, sometimes you may find it easy to procrastinate. Procrastination not only steals your time, but also robs you of opportunities and experiences in life. It's crucial to develop a habit of acting promptly when there's work to be done. Building a reputation for being swift and dependable is essential. One remarkable advantage of having a sense of urgency and moving swiftly is that the quicker you work, the more you improve. Speed leads to increased experience, learning, and ultimately, greater competence. Moreover, moving quickly enhances your energy and enthusiasm.
The clock is ticking, and it's not slowing down for anyone. Not for you, not for me, not for the richest person on earth, and certainly not for the laziest person either. So here's a question that'll shake you to your core. What are you doing with your time? We've all been given this incredible gift called life. It's like a blank canvas waiting for us to paint our masterpiece. Some of us are just staring at that canvas, paintbrush in hand, too lazy to make the first stroke. And let me tell you, that's a tragedy of the highest order. Now I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself on your deathbed looking back on your life. Will you smile, knowing you have lived to your fullest potential? Or will you be filled with regret, wishing you had just a little more time to do all the things you were too lazy to do? It's a sobering thought, is not it? That you are not on that deathbed yet. You are here, alive, breathing with the power to make a change, and that change starts now. It starts with killing that laziness that's been holding you back. Your laziness is like a disease. It starts small, almost unnoticeable. Maybe you put off doing the dishes one night. Then you skip your workout because you are too tired. Before you know it, you are trapped in a cycle of procrastination and unfulfilled potential. Action precedes motivation, not the other way around. You don't wait until you feel motivated to start working. You start working, and then the motivation follows. It's like jumping into a cold pool. The hardest part is taking that first plunge. But once you're in, you adjust, and before you know it, you are swimming laps. Excuses. Oh, we all love our excuses, don't we? I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I'm not talented enough. The conditions aren't right. Let me tell you something. Excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. Every time you make an excuse, you are essentially giving yourself permission to fail. You are telling yourself it's okay to be mediocre. And let me tell you, mediocrity is a dangerous place to be. It's comfortable, sure, but it's also where dreams go to die. So from this moment on, I want you to make a pact with yourself. No more excuses, none, zero, zil. When you feel an excuse bubbling up, I want you to squash it like a bug. Replace it with this phrase: I can do better. Because you can. You absolutely can. Goals are the antidote to laziness. They give you direction, purpose, something to strive for. Your goals need to scare you a little bit. If your goals don't make you a bit uncomfortable, they are not big enough. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your job is to keep taking those steps day after day, regardless of how you feel. Failure. Oh, how we love to avoid failure. We would rather not try at all than risk failing. But let me tell you something. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. It's your guide. It's the chisel that shapes you into the success you are meant to be. Think about a baby learning to walk. That baby is going to fall down. A lot. But does the baby think, well, I have fallen 10 times now. Guess walking is not for me. I will just crawl for the rest of my life. Of course not. The baby keeps trying, keeps falling, keeps getting back up until walking becomes second nature. That's the attitude you need to adopt. Embrace failure, learn from it, and most importantly, don't let it stop you, because the only real failure in life is the failure to try. But goals without action are just dreams. You need to take massive, consistent action towards your goals every single day. No excuses, no days off. Success doesn't take holidays, and neither should you. Develop habits that support your goals. Wake up early, exercise, read, learn new skills. Surround yourself with positive, successful people who will push you to be better. Cut out the negative influences in your life. The people, the habits, the distractions that are holding you back. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you want to achieve great things, you have to be willing to do what others won't. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Do the things that scare you. Understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Don't shy away from failure. Embrace it. It's human nature to seek comfort, to avoid discomfort, to take the easy way out. Our brains are wired to conserve energy and minimize effort. And that means that anytime we try to step outside of our comfort zones and do something challenging or difficult, our minds are going to put up a fight. But here's the thing, my friends, if you want to achieve anything truly remarkable in this life, you have to be willing to do the hard work. You have to be willing to push past the resistance, to embrace the discomfort, and to forge ahead even when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to give up. Because let me tell you, the rewards on the other side of that kind of consistent, disciplined effort, they are truly profound. I'm talking about the kind of personal growth, the kind of success, the kind of fulfillment that most people can only ever dream of. But it all starts with that first step, that first decision to force yourself to be consistent.
Now, pay attention. Things are moving so fast these days, you gotta pay attention, pick it up, soak up the colors, soak up the sounds, soak up what's going on. Second, respond, let life touch you. Let the emotions affect you as well as the sights. Now here's the third ability. Develop the ability to reflect. Reflect means go back over. Study it again. You got to learn to reflect with yourself. There's something to be said for solitude. There's something to be said for taking those occasions to shut out the world and shut out everything else for a while. I've got a motorhome. That's how I do. With my motorcycle on the back. And I head for the mountains and ride the Jeep trails, where there's very few human beings on the Jeep trails.
or out in the desert somewhere. It's called my time to get away. When you live a very public life, you treasure solitude. A chance to reflect, go back over my life, go back over my skills, go back over my experiences. Alone. There are some things you need to do alone. Ponder, think, wonder, read, study, absorb, soak in. See if you can't become better this year than you were last year, better the next 9 than you were the first 9. Solitude.